I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with Danny Arroyo for an interview today. How are you?
Kathy, how are you? How is it in the land down under? You're in Australia, right?
Yes, it's raining.
It's raining and it's
It's
what,
raining.
midnight right now?
Midday. So
Oh,
it's
midday. Okay, okay,
midday.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of awake and everything. That's fine. I was feeling bad. I thought it was midnight. I was like, oh my
No,
God, I keep this
midday.
woman up from sleeping. Sorry about that. No,
That's okay.
everything is great here. Here, I'm in Los Angeles. It's a little bit after 9 a.m. and I really do appreciate your wanting to have a conversation with me. You and I tell everybody we met what a week ago over
Yes.
Zoom. There was a
Yep.
Verticon day one of Zoom interviews, and I think I was the first person to come on, and we had nine lovely ladies there chatting with
Yep.
me, and it went from a Danny, tell me about yourself. Talk about you. Tell me everything about you. To it was like, ladies, tell me about you. What
Yep.
made you love verticals? What made you become so enamored with wanting to come to Verticon and meet the actors and watching every vertical that you can and connecting with these stories and the people? And it got really deep. It
It was a
got deep,
wonderful
deep down.
conversation.
Yeah, it became an organic conversation between fans and people.
Yeah.
And I hope it took away that stigma of like, because I remember one of the ladies was like, um, "Oh, I never know like if I can talk to you guys, if I can't talk to you. It's like we're no different than you." And it's like we're exactly like you. We
Yeah.
happen to do a job that's a little more in the public eye that people see. Like I may not see you being a dentist, but I know you're doing it. I may not see you
Yeah.
being a doctor, being whatever, but this is a more of a public eye thing. And
Yeah.
but it was a great conversation, like one of my favorite ones. So, and then now we're doing this here, a little follow up, which is I think wonderful.
Yeah. No, that was a really fun conversation, that one. I know a lot of people enjoyed that. So
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. And it looks like you enjoyed it too, because here we are again for a part two.
indeed. Yes. Okay. Could we start this with you telling us a little bit about you?
Well, I've been acting for a while now. I've been acting since I was, whatever height that is there, and um, going over almost 30 years now, believe it or not. Time flies
Mm,
when you're having fun.
yeah.
And I'm grateful to say that the majority of the time I was having fun, but it took me a while to learn to just get out of my own head and get out of my own way when it comes to acting, because it is an industry where you hear more no's than you hear yeses. It doesn't matter how much work you put in or how many classes there. Sometimes, you may even be the best person auditioning. You may not get the gig because you're not the right schematics of what they're looking for. Height, weight, this, that, and this has nothing to do with performance sometimes. So um, I got kind of got off topic there as I'm trying to explain stuff about me, but I'm just saying is that it's good that people, at least for me, that I've learned to embrace and love this industry,
Yeah.
regardless that after 30 years, and I've probably gotten multi thousands of no's. Just no, no, not good, no, or not hearing anything back, which is a no.
Yeah.
Did you hear back? Did you call your agent? Did you hear back from them? Did you get anything? Any feedback? Heard nothing. So let's move on to the next. It's like, okay. But when you do get those yeses, it really is a nice feeling. And when you're working on set, it's really great, especially when you're amongst people that say you've never met before, but you're there for a common goal and you develop a camaraderie and a friendship. And it's really great. Because even better is if you know the people that you're working with. Maybe
Yeah.
it's, you're a month in or you're on a series and you're a few years in and you know these people. And it's like, wow, we're doing this. We love what we do and we're very fortunate. So I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've probably have almost 100 film and TV credits to my name, which
Hmm.
I'm grateful to have. Lead roles in feature films, that you can find online. Like if you were to type in the names, anything I can find on Amazon, you can find it on Apple, you can find it on Tubi. Uh, there's like The Last
IMDb.
Mile.
Yeah.
IMDb will tell you what it is, and
What it
hopefully when you
is.
click
Yeah.
on it, it'll say where you can go see it. But I did the main lead role in a film called The Last Smile, Nobody's Angel, Day Labor. These are all lead roles. Switch That Love, a romantic comedy. Stolen Valley, I had a huge role in that, not the main lead role, but a huge role. Great film. I said these just I've got to work on a lot of things. I'm really happy about. Got to travel,
That'd be
So
good.
it's how sweet it is when someone trusts your talent so much and they want your energy to be a part of the set that they actually pay you to go
Yeah,
fly where they're filming. I'm
that's
actually getting
cool.
ready to leave for a film in Nashville for two
Mm,
weeks in October. So I've never been to Nashville. I'm really looking
Oh,
forward to it. And just those little perks, those little things that just kind of make you go, "Ah." When it works, it works. When it's happening,
yeah.
it's a good time. And I can't wait to see Nashville and meet and see some old friends again that I did a film with prior to. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Um, how did your journey into entertainment begin?
I would say it all began by accident, by me just being a little boy watching superhero cartoons
Mhm.
and superhero movies, and then watching it and watching it and watching over and over and over, especially um, the Spider-Man cartoons, Batman, Superman, and Super Friends, and then watching Christopher Reeve perform as Superman in Superman the movie. Uh, Man, just amazed, not realizing that that's like a profession. Like you just as a little boy, you're going, oh my God, this is real. You're thinking I'm thinking these cartoon characters lived in my TV. I'm like, yeah, they in there like what, you just don't know. You're a little kid.
Yeah.
And then I saw Christopher Reeve in another movie called Death Trap, a movie with him and Michael Caine. It's a suspense thriller. It's a great play that they turn into a movie. And I was like, wait, that's the guy from Superman. Oh, wait a second. This is like a job. Like, what's going on? Like, it's just the dots are connecting. There's a little boy. And then I had seen on videotape, obviously, because I wasn't around when Godfather came out, but I watched The Godfather like on videotape. And I'm like, wait, that's Superman's father. That's Jor-El playing Marlon Brando. That's Don Corleone. So the dots start connecting. I'm realizing this is something that you can do, and especially with the superheroes. I've always wanted to play one in a movie or TV show, and superheroes also motivated me into wanting to work out. So I got into fitness. I was studying and reading about actors and watching all the movies, watching all the TV shows. Like I was just enveloped in it. It just became this thing of just not realizing that I wanted to act, but clearly going down the path of becoming an actor. You know, so that was kind of how the journey began. Just love of superheroes, and it
Yeah.
just evolved into this here. So I don't know if you can see here, I got
Yes.
the superhero thing stayed with me. So you can see
Yeah.
here all the superheroes. And I don't know if you can see up here. See if I get my finger point right there. Up there, let me see. That's me playing a superhero in a commercial for Heineken. It's a beer commercial. So I got to
That would have
wear the
been cool.
mask, got to wear everything. Ugh, it was great. It was awesome.
Mm.
So sometimes dream comes true, but I'm ready for those even bigger things. Give me James Gunn, give me Kevin Feige at Marvel.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. So I know you love comic books because we discussed this a week ago.
Yeah,
So I knew that. Um, has comic books influenced your approach to character or storytelling? But you pretty
that
much
is,
answered that.
well, I've never been asked that question if comic books have that. You know what comic books have done? It inspired me to want to write because I also am a screenwriter too.
Yes.
People hire me to ghostwrite, they hire me to do script coverage, is where they send me the script and say, how can we fix this? And so I'm a very good writer. Um, but reading the stories there, seeing how, like reading a book, like I'm a big book reader. Why did this move me? Why did this affect me? Why did these words make me go, and my breath held, or it angered me, or and reading comic books does the same thing when it's done right, when it's done
Mm,
correctly. So I read these books and, what was that moment that made me go, yeah, that was awesome. Oh, let me see how they wrote that. Oh, that's interesting. They led us to believe this, and they flipped it on us here that way. And so, yeah, you learn by enveloping yourself, if you want to be a good writer, by reading more
yeah.
scripts, watching more movies, reading comic books, whatever it is that you want to read. And if you want to tell comic book stories or whatever. So, yeah. And I tell you what, certain heroes I admire because despite how strong they are, like Superman, especially, no matter how strong they are, no matter how powerful they are, no matter how godlike they are, where they can literally, through the comic book world say, this is what you're going to do, and you have no choice because I'm the strongest, most powerful, and you can't stop me. This is the way to
Mm.
do it. You're going to do it. They don't do that.
No, they don't.
The best
Mm.
superheroes, the most powerful ones, Spider-Man, a very powerful hero, they don't have to force. They lead by example. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Superman is there to show you that despite him being an alien, quote, quote,
Mm.
alien, he's living the best human life as possible. And he is a
Yeah. I
great
think
example for
Captain
everybody else.
America is like that too.
Same
Yeah.
Captain America. Yeah, he's the ultimate he's the ultimate Boy Scout. Him and
Yeah.
Superman. They call them
Yeah.
the ultimate Boy Scouts there. They lead by example. And these are very powerful people here that we can look up to. Yeah, they're comic books, they're fictional, but you go, oh, wow, look how they are, how powerful they are. But yet they take the time to help this person, help that person, make that person feel good, make that person feel safe. And I'm
Mm.
like, I could do that. I can help people. I can make people feel good about themselves. Look at our conversation we had, a week ago. I mean,
Yeah.
it just turned around into going, tell me about you. And these wonderful stories came out about why people, when I remember, she was very depressed and
Mm.
vertical films got her out of her depression. And,
Yeah,
and
she's
it
one of
just
my good
makes you go,
friends. So
yeah, yeah, right. It just makes you realize the work that we do matters.
yeah, it does.
Oh, you just want to be seen on TV. You want to be this, whatever. Look, there's no
Mm.
denying that there's perks and benefits about performing.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it. You do got to take classes. You do got to be comfortable being able to emote and express and look foolish. There are
Mm.
times you look very foolish doing something as you're practicing and hoping that this is the right thing, and hopefully you have a director that will guide you to the right way. Um, but people watch our stuff, and people,
Mm.
they laugh, they cry, they connect with what's going on with the character maybe. So creativity matters. What
Yeah.
we do matters. So for some people, they really connect over it, and some people get over depression by watching what we do, as with your friend had expressed so eloquently. And I'm glad that she's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. She's getting there, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think she'll be at Verticon, so I'll be able to say hi and everything in person.
So
No,
if you're talking about the same person, no,
no,
she
okay.
won't be. Yeah.
I know that many from that day will be there. Maybe not her, but
Yes.
I know many
Yes.
will be there.
Many will be. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man, my son is also obsessed with Spider-Man. He
Oh yeah.
loves it. He's only 5, and he has everything Spider-Man that he could possibly have.
Does he have the phone with Spider-Man? Because I tell you,
No, because
I
he doesn't have a phone yet.
one day when you get a phone, you got to get in the case.
Yeah, yeah. He's got a tablet, so I'll probably lean towards the Spider-Man case for that one next.
You got to do it. Yeah,
Something.
we got to nurture these geeks early. You know what I mean? The geeks take
Yeah.
over the world. Be a
He's got
proud
like
geek.
the web shooters and the
Oh
outfits.
wow,
And
I don't even
yeah.
have that. I love that.
Yeah, he's good. Okay. You have a lot of credits attached to your name. With all of these, how do you find ways to keep growing as an actor?
Well, um, at this stage, regardless of how many years I've done it, I've had okay. When you're offered a role, which is a really great gift, that someone knows your work, seen your work, that they go, I don't need to see you audition.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this role here because I know you can do it. I've seen your work. I trust your work. That's really great. But majority of the time, you're auditioning for stuff. So you're just hoping that the next gig that you audition for is one that you get. So it's not necessarily that I'm going, my goal is to do this kind of role next. A lot of times, a big majority of us, our goal is to get the next job. We don't know
Yeah.
what it is. If it's going to be a comedy, if it's going to be a drama, if it's going to be a horror, we don't know. Now, once we have that, it's our responsibility to find the nuances and the levels in there because and that is always a lot of fun to do. Like, why was this character, for example, say in a scene, like why was he angry in this particular scene here? It's not just he's a hothead, but what if it's something deeper? What if it's you're chatting with somebody here and there's some subconscious reminder here in your gut that this person's reminding you of somebody that used to bully you when you were younger, and it makes you react a certain way without realizing why. Oh, that's a level. Wow. and then to give that performance without showing the performance.
Yeah.
Everything is about being subtle. The less is more thing is very true because the
Yeah.
camera's going to pick up everything in your eyes, everything in your emotion, and everything in your behavior. Behavior is something that I really want to always kind of focus on. I was filming something yesterday, which was um, a really fun project, a really great project. Um, and it was a simple thing where the gentleman was drunk, and I was concerned. I didn't know where he was. I was looking for him. So it was just me, not just going, "Where you been? What's going on? Let's get out of here. Come on." It was just like, "Oh, he must be going through something if he relapsed. Hey, buddy, are you okay? We've been looking for you. We're worried about you." Give him a hug, just to kind of show. And that's not in the script there. How that's said. It just says the line, "How you doing? You okay? Let's get you out of here."
Yeah.
That's it. Just three sentences there. But it's like, "Hey, buddy, hey, how you doing? You okay?
You got to put the emotion in it. Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking for you." But in truth, that's how I know I would talk to somebody if I'm seeing
Yeah.
that they haven't drank in 2 years and now they're at the bar, which is what the scene
Yeah.
called for, and all of a sudden he's just putting it away and he's just all sloppy and whatever. You're not going to be direct like that. And the script didn't really give
Mm.
those notes to, but I told the director, he was like, "Do it how you would do it." And I would go,
Yeah.
"I will be concerned. I will be caring. I want to make sure he's not going to explode on you or, you know,
Yeah.
so I work on behavior a lot too. Like how would a person in real life react to this situation, this circumstance? And it's helped me quite a bit there, those little sweet little layers between the words, between the paragraphs. You know what I mean? The little things there that I always try to find those little sweet moments there.
No, no, that's really good. Okay. Um, so you've won a few awards as well. So what did winning your first best acting award mean to you?
I remember winning my first award. Um, I haven't thought about it in a while. It's for a film I did called I think it was called Chimera House, and it's been thusly renamed to Adolescence of Chimera, because we finally were able to get a release on DVD after all these years. But it was this really good independent film. Anyway, I was nominated, and I remember driving north to San Francisco for the film festival award. They're like, "You're nominated for best actor." I was like, "My God, really? Like,
Mm.
my God, okay, wow, what a thrill!" Drove up there. I drove up there with my brother actually, and that 2 seconds right after they go, "Here are the nominees," and they showed this guy's clip. They showed that clip. They showed my clip, and then my
Mhm.
picture came up. And they showed one other person. I think it was like 5 people. And the Best Actor award goes to it. And it was like those 2 seconds felt like
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my God, this is super." Like, what is it? And then I heard my name, and it was like, yeah, it is truly because I think you don't believe you want to believe it, but you're like, "No, what? Why not me?" But no way. What maybe? And you're just this is what's going on in your head and at a millionfold, da 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 da, going back and forth. And then it happened, and next thing you're just getting up. I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting up. I guess I'm accepting this award." And say your thank yous. And there's a lot
Mhm.
of people to thank, and it was really, really great. Do I have? Oh my God, this is
You
what I
got
won.
it? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
that's the award. The little slate thing there.
Little
So
clapper.
yeah, best actor in 2000.
That's so
And
cool.
there it is. I forgot I even had it up there. That's crazy because I have a couple other awards here too that I won and stuff in my room.
Oh, cool.
But it was really great, and it definitely gave me the fire to keep on going. I tell you that right now because I don't remember exactly, but I don't think I worked for about 6 months after I won that award. I mean, I was
Oh,
auditioning,
yeah.
and you're thinking, "I'm going to go home. I'm going to get the next 25 gigs. I'm going to get the next 50." I don't think I worked for 6 months after that.
Yeah.
So he got this
Okay.
award. It's like, "I won this award. That's great. Here, audition." So you didn't get the job. So you
Mm.
got to find a way to make it work in your head. You have to
Yeah.
find a way to keep the balance going?
It's a very competitive world out there as well. So,
Yeah. A competitive industry. It goes without
industry.
saying.
Yeah.
And probably even more competitive now than ever before because now people can audition from home. You can
Mm,
audition for stuff in LA, in Australia, just record it and just submit it. So we're
yeah,
getting people from all over, don't even have to leave the comfort of their home, don't have to leave their home at all and just
yeah,
submit auditions. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Makes it harder. Yeah,
But the cream will rise to the top because I firmly believe you there's no question about it. You gotta train.
yeah.
You got to take classes. You got to know your craft. You got to understand all of it, you know? And then after you do it, learn to let it just all go and just be very natural and very here and now as we're doing our thing.
I mean, I've spoken to a few people doing verticals who have never done an acting class and they've been put into the vertical world. Um, and some of them have done really well. Um, I mean, they started to take some acting classes after that,
They
but
realized they needed to take acting classes. So
mm,
would they say, I dare you to ask them. You said that some of them did very well, but how much better did they do two or three verticals in when they started taking classes. And they went, oh, and when if they can go back and do that first one again, would they do a little bit differently? I
yeah,
99.999 times out of 100, I bet you they'll go, I probably do a little bit differently. I mean, I'm grateful for the work. I'm glad with what I did. Nothing you can do. You can't change things. There's no regrets, but you definitely need classes. So you
yeah,
can, a lot of people feel if you get big and you talk big and be a certain way, that's acting and this. And if I'm mad, I gotta show mad. If I'm scared, I gotta show like, oh, I'm so scared. It's just,
subtle
you know,
emotions too. Yeah,
yeah. But when it calls for it, the director and the script and the words and the story will lend that information to you so you know just how big to get it, especially if you have a backstory for your character. The
yes,
word what, you're like, oh, I'm cheating on you. What? Or what? Like I don't believe you. You completely shocked me. Oh, again, you did this again to me. What? Again? There's 100 ways you can say just the word what.
yeah, yeah,
Just based on that, based on the work you're doing, based on what the script is giving you, and like, what's the backstory? She's done this before, so could it be? I'm just like, what again? And like,
mm,
you just so do the work and it will pay off tenfold, a hundredfold on screen.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Okay, what are some of the biggest challenges you face in the entertainment industry?
I The biggest challenges have nothing to do with the entertainment industry. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
It's how you process and how you deal with it, the industry, and you yourself and your life. Because my biggest obstacle was always me. I'm the reason why I was upset, or I was
yeah,
angry, or I felt desperate, or I felt I wasn't good enough, or it's not happening fast enough.
yeah,
And I tell you, I teach actors. Like I have a Zoom thing where I teach actors. They come in my class once a week, and a private one-on-one thing. And I save the last 10 minutes just trying to talk them up and make them understand it doesn't matter how good you are. You just gotta enjoy the audition and let it go. And don't get in your head like, well, do you think I may hear from them? I have no idea. Your responsibility once you hit send and it's gone is you go on with your life.
yeah,
Live your happy life. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Don't think of, I'm telling you right now, I remember having audition. I remember I did this really, and I'm guilty of this many times, but I'll give you one example. I had this amazing audition for this feature film. Like the casting director pulled me aside after I did seen a couple of times. He was like, "I'm going to push for you to get this role. I'm going to push for you. This is great. You're perfect for this. You're perfect." And I believed him, and I'm sure at the time he meant it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because it also makes the casting director's job easier when they find somebody that they believe in and they know and they trust is going to bring it to set and be a great personality and energy on set. They want to find somebody. But a week went by, 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks, a month went by. I heard nothing. And I kept thinking about it. It's like, I told him, hey, he said he's going to call. He said he's going to call. He said he's going to call.
Yeah.
And I just kept getting more down and down as it kept going, eventually finding out they got somebody else, a
Yeah.
name at that. So it wasn't even that, because I started thinking maybe I was good enough. Maybe I didn't hear him correct. I mean, look at all the stuff that you put in your head that's
Mm.
negative. And then add that to the other 10 auditions I had in that month or 15
Yeah.
auditions I had in that month. And I didn't get those. So now that's starting to build up a negative, tree
Yeah.
of negativity of like, am I good enough? Am I good? And then now you're carrying that in there with you. I'm saying, girl, people got to learn to let things go and get out
Mm.
of their own way. And once I
Yeah.
stopped doing that, that the game changed for me. All of a sudden it became, oh, audition done. I know I did good. Don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. It don't matter. Hey, let me go for a jog. Let me go for a hike now. Let me go see some
Yeah.
movies. Let me go hang with some friends. I look forward to the in between of hanging with friends and doing fun things once I do the work. And I enjoy the work, but once it's done. And if
Yeah.
people can learn that and get out of their own way, they're going to find themselves way happier,
Yeah.
much happier.
I've been
Um,
living by that lately. I'm getting out of my
I
own way. So
it's a big one.
it is.
You're your own worst enemy, but you can also be your greatest ally
Yeah.
if you learn to just talk yourself up, get out of your way, understand that that thing that you're fearing is such a small thing when compared to
Mm.
all the great things that are going on in your life. But you let this little one thing cloud everything else. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden you just can't, you're just hurting. Oh, this is the worst. Oh my God. And it's like, and then when it's done, it's like, whoa, did you remember how big you made this? And it really wasn't that
Yeah.
big a deal. You remember that? Can you remember that for the
Oh,
next time or the next 15, 20 times? So you don't get depressed or sad or whatever? Yeah.
yeah. I held back with the interviews because I was like, no, no. And I held back for a really long time. And
Did
then I
you?
went, yeah. And then my friend kind of kicked my butt. And so now I'm here and I let it go. And now I've done a fair few.
I'm
So
so glad. I'm
thank
so
you.
glad. I'm so glad. I like saying the word brave and I will use it often when I see it. And I believe you're brave. You know what
Thank
I
you.
mean? On the other side of fear is success. On the other
Yeah.
side of fear is that next level that you're hoping to get to, which can be scary because it's new. And
Mm,
it's like, oh
yeah.
my God, is this, whoa. But once you're there, it's like moving to a new home, moving to a new place, going to a new school, going to a new job, going to a new whatever. You know what I mean? Once you get used to it, you're like, this is the best thing I've done. Ending a bad relationship. Oh, what do I
Mm,
do? I'm not sure. You're kind of used to staying with the what they say, the devil you know is better than one you don't. Man, you
yeah.
gotta try to find the one that you
Mm,
don't. Because those
yep.
are those where you're gonna find the upgrades and the new levels there. So always walk towards the fear because I guarantee you that's where you're supposed to go.
And you're going to get past the ups and downs after the first hurdle too. So like even though you push past that, there will be ups and downs, which I've
Yeah.
experienced, but you just got to keep pushing through. So
Well, those are called the learning curves. I mean, let's say you're starting a new job. I mean, you may have how are you not going to mess up the first few days? Or even a
mm,
brand new relationship. You may be all in love and this and it's wonderful. But then, she is going to discover things about me eventually. She's going to be like, wait a second. And then I'm going to discover things about her. And now it's like having to acclimate, and having to
hmm
make things work and get synergistic. So yeah, yeah. But at least you did it. And then once you get through it, you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad I tried. I'm so glad I did that. That was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Okay. If you could start in a vertical that you would class as your perfect storyline, what would it be?
Well, I love superheroes. There's a rumor that I love superheroes, by the way. I don't know,
Just a little
just
just a little
the
one.
little
Yeah.
one that's going
Don't know
out
if
there.
I
So I
believe
don't, I
it.
don't, I don't know how it started. Somewhere out there it happened. But yeah, let's just go for it because Verticals doesn't have to. I mean, shoot, they got Verticals about vampires and werewolves, and I've seen
Hmm.
Verticals now about a Game of Thrones genre
Yeah.
themes. So yeah, let's go with a superhero one there. Okay, let's go with the guy who um, let me see. He's got abilities that he doesn't know yet, and he meets somebody that slowly kind of teaches him that. I guess it sounds like Star Wars. Almost sounds like Luke. He didn't know he had abilities until he realized someone showed him. Unbreakable is another great movie. M. Night Shyamalan, Bruce Willis's character, doesn't know that he's Superman on Earth. Let's check this out. He has no idea that he is actually a Superman. He just thinks he's human
Yeah.
until someone tells him years later, you actually are. And he has to
Yeah.
think back all the times that all those things that have happened. That would be a great little thing to do for a vertical there. Just not knowing, and you kind of
Mm.
look back and you're like, oh, wait, I've never been sick in my life. I never caught the measles, mumps, or caught a cold. I just assumed I was just kind of lucky and got a healthy baby. No, you actually have
Mm.
abilities and you have more. You actually
Yeah.
have more abilities. I think that's something cool about that. And of course, there's a girl, and then the girl's going to come into the game, and she helps enhance it until she doesn't, and she realizes that she's got to be there to because she does fall in love with him, and then she does help him, and he becomes the best he can be because she's there and believes in him. I don't know, that's hey, what are we waiting for? We had to talk to these vertical people and get one of these
Yeah.
made here.
It's
Yeah,
like a little shorter version of Smallville.
I love Smallville.
I love
I've actually
Smallville.
read for Smallville a few times. I wasn't fortunate enough to get a booking, and that was painful at
Hmm.
the time, but it would have been great. But I did get a chance to read for it a few times. But that's it. I will do a superhero vertical. I am so ready for this.
Yeah, me too. I know Declan Clifford wants to be Spider-Man. I saw that on TikTok. He really wants to be Spider-Man.
That's
So
awesome. I'm so open to playing any character now, just so I can be in it. But yeah, my favorites are Spider-Man and Superman and Batman, Daredevil. But anything that just allows me to have many different layers. So he's not only is he cool and tough, but he's vulnerable, he's multidimensional, and he's kind, but then he's got things going on that you don't know. Give me those things. Give me those juicy characters, you know?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Okay. What is the funniest thing to ever happen to you on set?
Hmm. The funniest thing. I mean, I've been on set where we've gotten the giggles, and there's just no stopping us from you just can't stop laughing. Okay, let's come on,
Yeah.
get it together, guys. Okay, great. And
Just keep going.
just oh, sorry guys, sorry. Okay, great. And then and it's just got it. Okay, we're good. Okay, and it's
Yeah.
just not happen. The moment you look at the person, the moment it just comes out.
Yeah.
Uh, I think one time, not that happens often, but it's happened. I think there was one time, if I recall, where the director went, "Let's just take a five, like take a break five," and then came back and like, "Okay, let's do it." And then um, we performed, and it was better. But we really, when you're in it, you're in it, and it's
Yeah.
hard to stop.
Yeah.
It
It's hard
it
to
really is.
reset back
Yeah, I've
to.
seen I've seen I've seen a guy slap himself. Not like crazy, like but he was just like stop. And then that made us laugh because then he would be all serious and he's like ready to do it, and we go and action.
Now you're laughing.
It's like I see the red mark on your face. Like I
Yeah.
just that made it worse. Now I see the slap marks, and they catch that all. So that to me is kind of like the funniest things there. That happen. And what great memories.
Yeah. Something, yeah, they're definitely memories you can keep.